If you've ever watched any dirt bike tutorials on body position, then you've probably heard the advice that you should ride with the balls of your feet on the pegs. Today, I'm going to explain why that's wrong, but not in the way that you might think it is. But before we get into all that, I'm trying to reach 5,000 subs. It's free and it really helps me out, so hit that button below and join the Supmoto crew today. This all started for me a few weeks ago when I posted on the community tab of my channel asking, what's the dumbest piece of dirt bike riding advice you've ever received? Now, I got a few responses that I was kind of expecting, some random stuff. People give bad advice all the time, but I was met with one response that kind of surprised me. The commenter said, a while back, a reputable dirt bike rider on YouTube stated that when standing up while riding, you should have the balls of your feet on the foot pegs. I call BS on that. Your right foot should be over the brake pedal at all times. There are just too many variables in dirt biking to take the time to slide your right foot off the ball of your foot enough to apply the brake. Now, I get what they're saying. However, coming from a motocross background, I learned the balls of your feet technique, and it's actually something that I do subscribe to. I'll explain the reasons I think it's a useful piece of advice later in this video, but first I have to talk about what happened next. So fast forward to yesterday, I see this video pop up on my YouTube recommendations titled, Why Balls of Your Feet is a Ridiculous for Most Riders. And it was posted by Dirtwise with Shane Watts, who is a professional enduro racer from Australia who won the 1997 Enduro World Championship. So I knew I had to check this video out. And at first when I was watching it, I was rolling my eyes a bit because he brought up the same argument of things in dirt biking happen so fast and beginner riders need to be covering the controls in order to react quickly, which is something I understand, like I said before, but I don't entirely agree with. He also brought up that switching back and forth between the balls of your feet and sliding your foot up to hit the brake and back and forth wastes energy, and riding on the balls of your feet is tiring after a long time. And he gave a bunch of examples of different guys like Graham Jarvis and said, go watch their videos, they're not riding on the balls of their feet most of the time. Now, I think Shane may have gotten a bit fired up by the people arguing so much on the side of balls of your feet that he ended up going a bit further out on the ledge of the opposite direction and hammered those points, cover the brake, things happen fast, it wastes energy to switch. And then somewhere in the video, he ended up calling the balls of your feet thing BS. And I get the frustration, I really do. But I think in the midst of making his video, Shane forgot to highlight the fact that there's a sort of balance to body position. It's not just one-sided, one technique or the other. And I know Shane knows his stuff. I'm not trying to argue with Shane on the fact of whether he's right about body positioning. Clearly, he knows what he's talking about. Clearly, he's a fast rider. Clearly, he's a really, really good rider. And he knows all this stuff. So I'm not trying to teach Shane anything or anything like that. But I think there's something that I would like to maybe clarify in regards to this whole argument. A lot of people go really hard in the direction of ride on the balls of your feet at all times. This is the default body position, right? And then Shane took it the other way, like I said before, and said, no, that's BS. Beginner riders should be riding on the arch of their foot. It's easier to cover the brake and stuff. And yeah, like I said, I get it. But here's the thing. Dirt bike riding is a dynamic sport. In fact, it's an extremely dynamic sport. And, Shane and these other people are correct. Stuff is happening at 1,000,000 miles an hour so fast, and you need split seconds to react to things. It's such a dynamic sport. So because of that, why in the world would we be preaching static body positions? It's completely backwards. The people that say ride on the balls of your feet when you're standing up all the time, it's ridiculous. That's not how it works. And I think they know this. I think maybe they're just trying to say the default position should be the balls of your feet, keep them there most of the time and then move them around. And yeah, that's true. But I also get what Shane's saying too. For some situations, it's not advantageous to ride on the balls of your feet as the default position. Like he brought up in his video about Dakar and enduro over technical terrain. Sometimes you do need to be covering the brake the majority of the time. You can't prescribe one riding position to 100% of the time, or even the default all the time, because the thing is too, I think a lot of these people aren't taking into account. I'm not sure on the history of this balls of your feet argument, but I believe it originated with the motocross and supercross community. And Shane is an enduro rider and he rides off-road all the time. those are completely different disciplines. Motocross, supercross, arena cross, cross country, hard enduro, they are wildly different disciplines, and they demand wildly different body positioning and skill sets and techniques because the obstacles are completely different. Now, there is crossover between all of them, and skills in one discipline are going to help you with some things in another discipline, but it's not always the case. Sometimes the crossover doesn't help at all. Sometimes there's motocross riders that completely suck in the woods and they can't tackle different obstacles that hard enduro riders can do. And I've seen a ton of people that are really good in the woods, and then they get on a motocross track or a supercross track and they wad themselves up on jumps because they don't know how to hit jumps. Like, that's just how it is. Dirt bike riding in general is such a dynamic sport with so many different variables, so many different disciplines. So if you're going to narrow it down to one type of riding, then that's one thing. But if you're going to talk about dirt bike riding and riders as a whole, it's really hard then to prescribe one body position to all situations, even as a default to go back to. Now, Shane also mentioned something about getting tired riding on the balls of your feet. He said, stand like this on your bike and you'll see after 10 minutes like that, it's tiring. And yes, he used that as kind of like a con of riding on the balls of your feet for beginners, but I'm going to push back on that a little bit and say riding in proper body position in motocross, for example, the attack position, your butt out, you're leaning over the front of the bars, sort of like a horse jockey, you're on the balls of your feet, and that is a tiring body position. And if you're not used to that, your lower back is going to hurt really bad. You're going to get muscle aches in all types of different spots after a day of riding because you're not used to using those muscles. So yeah, you will get tired in a certain body position over another, that's true, but if you're trying to use the correct body position for a certain type of obstacle or certain type of riding, you're going to get tired regardless. And I don't know much about hard enduro, but things that I do know, it is very tiring, of course. That's why it's difficult. That's why a lot of people can't do it. So I'm sure, like I said, I don't know enough about it to give concrete examples, but I'm sure there are body positions and even just moving around on the bike. I mean, he brought up the example of Graham Jarvis. Yeah, Graham Jarvis isn't on the balls of his feet all the time. He's also not riding with his feet on the pegs a lot of the time. A ton of the time, he's paddling his feet around, trying to find rocks to put them on so he can pivot around and all this stuff, moving back and forth, up in front, like forward and backwards on the seat, all types of stuff. He's moving his body all around over that bike. And I'm sure that is tiring. Now, he's found a way to do it the most streamlined and like energy conserving way as possible, but it's still extremely tiring, I would imagine. So that's a little rant about what I think, but I urge you to go check out Shane's video because it is very informative, and also check out the comment I left him where I basically distilled the thoughts of this video down, and he ended up replying back to me saying, yep, pretty much what I said in this video. Top riders are 50-50 with both foot positions, not 100% balls of the feet, which is how it seems to be conveyed by these other instructors. I totally agree with that. And I think maybe, at least the way that I took it, he didn't zero in on that point as much. He just kind of took the position of anti-balls of the feet and calling it BS, which I get. But I think maybe in the video, it would have been more helpful if he conveyed that a little bit more. But regardless, I'm not trying to argue with Shane at all. I'm just trying to add more to this conversation. So, as I said before, why is riding on the balls of your feet useful in my position? Well, in my opinion, I think in arena cross and motocross, which is something I ride quite a bit and I grew up riding on the balls of your feet helps with keeping up momentum while cornering because you're not dragging the rear brake. And it also helps with absorbing impacts on landings because, you have your knees to help soak up that suspension. You have the suspension to help soak up the impact, but when you're riding on the balls of your feet, you also have a little bit of a flex in your ankles and your boots to help soak up that force from landing on jumps and that sort of thing. You also have better control when you're loading the suspension in between jumps. And especially in arena cross where the jumps are very technical and you're hitting rhythm sections, if you're riding with your arch on the peg, you have a tendency sometimes, if you're trying to load the suspension in between jumps, to mistakenly catch the rear brake. And you don't want to do that in between a jump because then you'll really screw up the next jump, possibly crash, possibly case it. So, it's really important to ride on the balls of your feet when you're hitting technical rhythm sections and jumps, or riding around corners in on the motocross track, a lot of times people aren't even using the back brake that much. They're just flowing around the track. So that's a completely different discipline, and I think riding on the balls of your feet in that setting is very important. But it's not important all the time, and I think that's the main point. So to sum this up, I think Shane's video brings up a great point, which is you can't just rely on one body position to get you through all riding situations. That is complete BS, and I agree with that. He's right that most beginners will feel more comfortable covering the rear brake, and it's totally okay to ride like that. He's also right that there are a ton of situations where covering the rear brake and riding on the arches of your feet, not the balls of your feet, is actually more advantageous. I guess my amendment to Shane's argument and my addition to this whole discussion would be that you shouldn't throw the baby out with the bathwater, so to speak. Riding on the balls of your feet definitely does have its uses and advantages, but it's certainly not the end-all be-all. Thanks for watching to the end of the video. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. That's all for now. Soup out.